For much of the post-Cold War era, Germany's military posture has been cautious and restrained. After decades of demilitarization following the Second World War, the country embraced a defensive role within NATO, focusing on diplomacy and economic power rather than military might. However, as tensions with Russia have escalated in recent years, particularly after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Germany has embarked on a radical shift in its defense strategy for the first time since the Cold War. Germany is drastically increasing its military spending and preparing to become Europe's strongest conventional military force. The birth of a new military power. Germany's military expansion is not a sudden move, but rather the culmination of a broader shift in its national security policy. Since the end of the Cold War, Germany's armed forces, known as the Bundeswehr, had been significantly downsized. At the height of the Cold War, the Bundeswehr boasted nearly 500,000 personnel, but by the 2020s, that number had dropped to just 180,000. The country's focus had shifted towards economic growth and peaceful diplomacy, especially following its reunification in 1990. During this time, military spending fell dramatically, from nearly 5% of GDP in the 1960s to a mere 1.1% by the mid-2000s. However, the geopolitical landscape changed drastically when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. Germany's government, under Chancellor Olaf Scholz, quickly pivoted to support Ukraine militarily, becoming one of the largest contributors of aid alongside the United States. The war in Ukraine has served as a wake-up call, reminding Europe of the importance of military preparedness and the need to be able to defend itself against potential threats, particularly from an unpredictable Russia. The Zeitenwende, Germany's turning point. In response to the evolving threat posed by Russia, Chancellor Scholz delivered a landmark speech to the Bundestag in 2022, marking what has since been referred to as Germany's Zeitenwende, or turning point. In this speech, Scholz declared Germany's commitment to not only meeting its NATO defense spending target of 2% of GDP, but surpassing it by investing heavily in military modernization and preparedness. This speech set the stage for Germany's largest defense buildup in over 70 years. As part of this shift, Germany established a special $116 billion fund for military procurement, signaling a major commitment to modernizing its armed forces. The Bundeswehr's military spending is on course to more than double in the coming years, with future plans including the procurement of advanced tanks, fighter jets, drones, and air defense systems. Germany's defense strategy also focuses on strengthening NATO's eastern flank, with its forces stationed in countries like Lithuania and Poland. A resurgent Bundeswehr. One of Germany's first steps in rebuilding its military strength was to station its 45th Armored Brigade in Lithuania, a move that represents the first long-term deployment of a German combat brigade since World War II. By the end of 2027, this brigade is expected to be at full strength, with 5,000 soldiers stationed in Lithuania. This deployment is part of a broader strategy to bolster NATO's eastern defenses, especially in the face of Russian aggression. Germany has also been increasing its defense capabilities in Poland, which is just 357 miles away from Belarus, Russia's close ally. Should Russia make a rapid push into Poland, Germany would be one of the first lines of defense. As such, Germany is expected to play a pivotal role in defending Poland alongside its allies in NATO by providing much-needed firepower and military expertise. Germany's backbone of defense. A key component of Germany's rearmament strategy is the revitalization of its tank fleet. The Leopard 2, one of the world's most formidable main battle tanks, has been a symbol of German military excellence. However, after the Cold War, Germany did not purchase any new Leopard 2s for its own forces until 2023, primarily focusing on exporting the tanks abroad. Following the invasion of Ukraine, Germany has placed an order for 105 new Leopard 2 tanks, increasing its fleet to over 400, almost twice as many as the UK's stock of 213 tanks. This purchase is part of a broader strategy to strengthen Germany's ability to defend itself and its NATO allies against the growing Russian threat. A military transformation. Germany's military modernization goes far beyond just tanks. The country has ramped up its defense spending to acquire a wide range of cutting-edge military equipment. In 2024 alone, Germany ordered 123 Boxer armored transport vehicles, 265 protected trucks, 19 mobile air defense systems, 6 frigates, and 2 submarines. Additionally, Germany has announced plans to acquire up to 1,000 US-made Patriot missiles, enhancing its air defense capabilities. These purchases alone amount to a staggering $67 billion in military spending, signaling Germany's commitment to rebuilding its military forces. Notably, Germany has also invested heavily in domestic defense contractors like Rheinmetall, which has seen its stock price skyrocket as a result of these massive defense contracts. The country's focus on sourcing weapons and technology from domestic companies underscores its desire to boost its own defense industry while reducing its reliance on foreign suppliers. Funding the military expansion. The massive rearmament effort comes with a significant price tag, and Germany's economy has faced considerable challenges in recent years. The country's energy crisis, largely due to its reliance on Russian gas, has led to rising energy prices and inflation, which have put a strain on its industrial base. As a result, Germany's GDP has contracted for 2 consecutive years in 2023 and 2024, and some experts predict further economic struggles in 2025. Despite these challenges, Germany remains in a relatively strong fiscal position. The country's debt-to-GDP ratio is still below that of many other European countries, giving it room to borrow the funds needed for its defense expansion. With interest rates on German bonds remaining low, the government is well positioned to finance its military buildup without facing insurmountable debt burdens. The political landscape, a divided nation. While there's broad political support for Germany's military rearmament, the issue remains deeply polarizing. Public opinion on conscription and military aid to Ukraine has been divided, with some segments of the population vocally opposed to the country's increasing military involvement. The far-right AfD and the far-left Die Linke Party, as well as some segments of the public, have criticized the government's military policies. In contrast, the ruling CDU, CSU, SPD, Greens, and FDP have supported the rearmament strategy, with a majority of Germans, around 54%, backing Chancellor Merz's defense plans. The biggest challenge for the government may be the reintroduction of conscription, which is being met with resistance, particularly among younger Germans. Despite this, the government is determined to move forward with its plans to increase the size of the Bundeswehr, with a target of 260,000 active personnel and an additional 200,000 reservists. Germany's new role in European security. Germany's military renaissance is a significant development for Europe's security architecture. The country's growing defense capabilities are crucial for NATO's ability to deter Russian aggression. Particularly in Eastern Europe, Germany is stepping up as a leading military power in Europe, with an emphasis on modernizing its armed forces and contributing to collective defense. However, this transformation comes at a high cost, and the political and economic challenges will continue to test Germany's resolve in the years ahead. As Germany's military continues to expand, the eyes of Europe and the world will be on its ability to balance defense needs with economic realities. One thing is clear: Germany is preparing for a new era of military strength, and its role in shaping the future of European security will only continue to grow. And there you have it, Germany's bold new era of military strength, all set to reshape Europe's security landscape. If you found this deep dive into Germany's military renaissance interesting, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Will Germany's new defense strategy be enough to keep Russia in check, or is there more to the story? We'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.